What's up, guys? It's Russo, and I'm back. I already put out 4 regular plays over on the Backdoor Fantasy Sports channel, and I also have this channel, so I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do with both of the channels now that I'm kind of riding solo over at Backdoor Fantasy Sports. But yeah, there's 4 regular plays over there if you want to check that out. I'll have that at the end of the video attached if you want to check that video out. But yeah, I've got 6 demon plays. I'm making a YOLO. Let's just have some fun with it. These are harder to hit, obviously, but a much bigger reward if you do hit it. So yeah, let's talk about the plays I'm taking for tonight, because we have 2 games, so it's a better slate for like an island game type thing. Like we got 2 tonight, so better chances of hitting a demon slip, and I would love to cash a fatty tonight. So let's see if we can get it working. So I'm going with Tyreek Hill over 99.5 receiving yards. I just cranked it up. I mean, like, yeah, wishful thinking, maybe. You don't have to take it. If you don't agree with me, don't take it. But I think that he's going to pop off for over 100 tonight, and I need him to, because I'm down by 35 points in my Dynasty League, and I'm undefeated, so I can't take the L tonight. So I have Tyreek left, and I have Denver defense left, so I need Tyreek to just pop off for me tonight. 99.5 receiving yards. Gonna go J.K. Dobbins over 79.5 rushing yards. I feel like he can totally get this done. I also bumped up Bo Nix to just 24.5. His regular line's at 21.5. He's got like a solid matchup here tonight. And then we got Garrett Wilson over 6.5 receptions. Again, didn't bump it up too much. Taking a chance on Darren Waller, just 2.5 receptions. It's just a YOLO. So we'll see how much work Waller actually gets. The fact that he still hasn't played and it's week 4, I'm not super optimistic that he's going to get a ton of usage tonight, but we'll see. It is prime time. Maybe they'll give him a little bit of shine. And then going with Chase Brown over 3.5 receptions. Again, this one isn't bumped up much. So some of these are really boosting the multiplier, like JK, Tyreek. Those are more so boosting the multiplier, as well as Garrett Wilson. We're probably getting a decent boost for Darren Waller too, just because no one knows what's going on there. But my point is, a lot of these are just bumped up like 1 from the normal line, so nothing too crazy. We're going to break it all down though. Before we do, if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code JRUSSO or use code BACKDOOR. Either one of those helps support the channel. You play your first $5, they're going to give you 50 in bonus cash. All that information is down below if you guys want to join Underdog, where there's a bunch of alt lines too. You can make these kind of slips. And then Chalkboard, get 20 bucks free. Don't even need to deposit. You just sign up. It's a great platform, so I'm sure eventually you'll want to deposit, because it's just a really fun platform. But yeah, code BACKDOOR gets you 20 bucks free. Go use it tonight. Have some fun with it. And let's start breaking down the plays. I'm going to try to get through it quick. I say it every time, but yeah, maybe at the end I'll show you guys some bonus plays on Daily Grind if you want. All right, so these games are pretty similar. We got a 43.5 over under for the Jets Dolphins game and a 44.5 over under for the Broncos Bengals game. Both are outside. Both there's a chance of thunderstorms. So this is Miami versus the Jets. Higher temperature. It's going to be up in the 80s, and slight chance of thunderstorms throughout the entire game. Only thing that has me a little bit concerned is these wind gusts are up at like 18 miles an hour potentially. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't affect Tyreek, because we just don't want Tua having more difficulty getting his passes to be more accurate. But I'm going for it. I'm not going to be sweating it too much. I'm more concerned about the dynasty matchup I have tonight, because I want to stay undefeated. But all right, and then so here's the Denver and Cincinnati game. Playing in Denver, cooler temperature. High 60s. Gusts aren't too bad though, just like 8 miles an hour. Nothing to be too concerned about. My biggest thing is I just hope there's no delays. We don't want delays, because that always ends up just kind of, it just, takes sort of the wind out of their sails or something. It's like they're in the zone, and then they got to cool down and stuff, and then they're just chilling for like 30 to 40 minutes, and they got to come back out and get back pumped up to play. So I hate when that happens. So hopefully we don't get any of that, but I just want to let you guys know both games are outside with chance of thunderstorms in both. So keep that in mind as you're locking in your plays. All right, let's break it down. We got Tyreek here. This matchup is solid. The Jets are 26th in receiving yards allowed to wide receivers specifically. They're 13th overall, about 219 yards a game they allow through the air, but specifically to wide receivers, 26th. So I think that he's going to have a good opportunity here to break off some big plays in particular. If you look at when he matched up against the Patriots, they're 27th through the air. So he popped off for 109 yards. The targets and receptions have been kind of steadily going up. His catch percentage was down a little bit in the last game against the Bills, but that's really tough. They're like number one through the air defensively. And Tua was not helping much, but I hope they clean that up and we get back to him getting some catchable balls and them taking some deep shots, because I think he's capable here. If we look at the longest reception, his longest reception was only 19 yards against the Bills. And then he had a 47-yarder in a softer matchup. So that's what we're hoping, is like at least one of these types of plays tonight, since the matchup is calling for it. If we look at the past teams that have played against the Jets, we got Sterling Shepard popped off for 80 yards. In the same game, Igbuka went for 85 yards. So they went for 160 between two guys. So I think Tyreek is totally, this is just like a great matchup for him. If we go down a little bit, DK Metcalf popped off for 83. Joshua Palmer had 47, which is good for him. And then in that same game with DK going for 83, Calvin Austin went for 70. So I think it's going to be a deep threat kind of night. I also like Achane for the same reasons. But yeah, we're talking about demon plays. So just gonna, I just cranked it all the way up. There's smaller demons there if you prefer. Let's see what he did in head to head. So last year, it's hard to base it off of last year, but he did last year, even with the mess they were. They beat the Jets the first time they played, and he had 115 yards. Let's see, his longest reception was only 21 in that game, and he still got it done. He had 14 targets and 10 receptions in that game. So there's multiple ways we can cash this demon. Let's hope it works in our favor. All right, Garrett Wilson. So last 5 games, he's gotten 3 out of the last 5. He's hit that 7. I know there's not that many games. I'm just looking at the last 5 right now. If we look at the last 3, 2 out of his last 3, he's hit it. Coming off that game against Tampa Bay, which is a much tougher matchup than he has tonight. He had 10 receptions. Let's see what the targets were looking like. 13 targets, 77% catch rate. He's obviously the number 1 on the team. And I just like him to be able to get this done. If we take a look here, overall, the Dolphins are 21st in receptions allowed. Titans up a little bit at the wide receiver, obviously 4th, so we got to keep that in mind. But I just, we're looking at demons. So 6.5, his normal line is 5.5. So we just need him to do a little bit better than what they're setting the line at. So I'm not too concerned. Let's take a look here, receptions wise. So yeah, they don't allow a whole lot. See, when they played the Patriots, Diggs went for 4. Yeah, so they are pretty tight as far as that goes. It doesn't necessarily mean it's just because of Miami, though. It could just be the scheme of the game and the type of teams they were playing. Let's see, the highest was Michael Pittman had 6 receptions in that week 1 matchup against Indiana. But anyways, let's move on. And I'm not doing daily grind right now because they don't have these demons here. So on the optimizer. But yeah, so Darren Waller, this one's going to be a little bit trickier to break down. So because we're going way back to 2023 and the 1 game in 2024 that he played, or the 2 games. Well, it was the only one that he played in 2024, and then he left. But yeah, he's used to this kind of volume. It's a different team, so I'm not trying to compare this too much. We're really just going to be looking at the matchup here, which is tough. Receptions allowed, the Jets are 7th, and he's like just easing in. So this is a true roll of the dice, but the line is nice and low at just 3 receptions we need him to get. So hopefully they try to get him worked in, because Miami needs to get things rolling. They need to change something up. Like, they're trending in the right direction. It's just they're taking a little bit too long to get there, but they actually looked good against the Bills. They looked good against the Patriots. They just have to keep tightening things up, or McDaniel is going to be out of there, I think. But specifically to tight ends, it does soften up a little bit. 13th in receptions allowed. Now, they're averaging about 5 receptions to tight ends per game, but that also depends on who they're playing. Like some teams use their tight end position a lot more. Like, yeah, if you're talking about Tampa Bay, yeah, Cade Otton doesn't get that involved anyways right now. Dalton Kincaid had 4. He matched up well. There was soft spots there. Dawson Knox had 2. Kincaid had 4. So 3 receptions is all we need. Jonnu Smith had 5 against them in week 1, and Freiermuth had 3. So there's there is a little bit of an opening there at the tight end position. So just come on, give us like 3 receptions tonight, Waller. That's all we need, bro. All right. J.K. Dobbins. I really like this play. I feel confident about it. So we took it at 79.5. He's cleared that once. He had 83 in the last game, and that was against the Chargers. It should be easier going up against Cincinnati, and especially with the spread being what it was at like 7.5. 7. Yeah. So there's a good chance that they get up by a decent amount, and they're just sort of running the clock. But JK is going to get his work regardless. Dude's fast, and he's got a soft matchup here, 27th. They're allowing about 110 yards on the ground, no matter who they're playing. Let's take a look at some of these past players. Jordan Mason went for 116. Baishal Tutin went for 42, and Etienne went for 71. So yeah, collectively, the only team that didn't get much done was Cleveland in week 1, but that was without Quinshon Judkins. Dylan Sampson and Jerome Ford both played. They both actually had some decent success, like catching passes, because that's more their archetype. But if Judkins was playing that game, he would have had a big game too. So I think this line in general, his rushing yards at 65.5 is too low. So yeah, I think he can get us 80 tonight. We'll see. But again, it's a YOLO. So we're just looking for our best chance to cash a fatty. All right, Bo Nix. Really optimistic about this one too. We just need him to get to 25. So he just put up 33 against the Chargers. This is his last 5, but he was really ending the season with quite a bit. 47 against Kansas City, 43 against Buffalo. Here's the only thing that concerns me. When you take a look and you're like, oh, he put up 33 against the Chargers, that's a tough matchup. Yeah, it is. But a lot of times that is the reason that they run more, is because it is difficult. They are feeling the pressure. They are forced out of the pocket and try to make some gains. Sometimes when the matchup is too easy, they don't feel that pressure and they just take their time back there and wait for someone to get open and pass the ball. So sometimes rushing attempts for quarterbacks actually goes down a little bit when it's a softer matchup. So keep that in mind. But still, if he has like a couple rushing attempts, I like him over 5 attempts tonight. He's fast. He's a solid running quarterback. So yeah, 19th in rushing yards allowed is Cincinnati, and then 4th against quarterbacks. And I don't think it's because they're like incredible up front. I think it's because teams don't really need to. You had Carson Wentz, 4 rushing yards. Joe Flacco had 6. Trevor Lawrence had 4, but all 3 of these quarterbacks haven't really been running much. Even though Trevor Lawrence is capable, he hasn't really been utilizing his wheels up until this past Sunday. So Nix, it's a roll of the dice, but we're only asking him to get us 3 more yards than his regular line would need to cash. So not asking too much. Chase Brown. Yeah, man. Talk about a fantasy football bust so far. Everybody was so high on Chase Brown, but yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow, like, this is just every year now. He's pretty much out for the rest of the year, and it's so sad because Burrow's super talented, seems like a cool guy. You hate to see that happen to anybody, but man, the Bengals they just need to like put all their chips into improving their O-line next year, I guess. But yeah, matchup wise, we got Denver at 21st in receptions allowed, specifically to running backs. It's much tighter, 5th. So they allow about 3.7. Let's see how some of these guys did in the past against them and who are they up against. So Amarian Hampton, who's still kind of like breaking into the receiving game as a running back. He had a great game this past Sunday, but he had 6 receptions in that last matchup. Najee, yeah, that's not even worth looking at. Jonathan Taylor had 2. Tony Pollard had 1. Pollard's been running the ball a lot more too, and he's been pretty efficient. So to me, I think it's going to be the type of thing where even if, the pressure will be there for Chase Brown. I'm sorry, not Chase Brown, Jake Browning. And I think that it's going to be the type of situation where he's just going to have to dump the ball off sometimes. So he got Chase 4 receptions against Minnesota, which is also a tough defense. So this is just one of those where the line's at 2.5. I bumped it up 1 just to get the multiplier. So we need him to do a little bit better than what the line is currently set at. If we look at the head-to-head, this is from last year, so it's kind of hard to say, but he has had 4 receptions against them before, and that was on 4 targets. We know he's a great pass catcher. for a running back. So I'm feeling good about it. There's one more head-to-head I wanted to take a look at here that I forgot to. Okay, so we know Garrett Wilson has hit that 6.5 against Miami before. I'll show you guys one more thing. JK, is it you? No, it's not JK. Bo Nix. There it is. So yeah, he's already done this to Cincinnati last year. So let's see, how many attempts did he have in that game? 7. So this matchup is actually not that different. The defense is still kind of trash. Cincy's defense has been bad for a while, but he had 7 rush attempts. He averaged 4.4 yards per carry in that, and he ended up going for 31. So him getting us 25 doesn't seem that difficult, even though they are 4th, because guys probably don't need to run against them that much. If you guys want this app, Outlier, it's killer. I love diving into all these details, and you can try this out for free. There's a link below if you guys want to sign up and support the channel just by giving it a shot for a week. And if you don't like it, just don't keep using it. But I love it. I think you'll love it. And then let's talk about some bonus plays on Daily Grind. I'll refresh this. We'll talk through, because this thing updates so often. These 4 have been juiced for a minute here. Another potential demon you could look at is Troy Franklin. That line at 3.5. He did go for what, like 10 receptions, I think 2 games ago or something like that. Like, that's a nice low line. You could bump that up to 4.5, 5.5. A lot of times when I'm making demon slips, I'll make one that is like a little bit easier lines to hit, and then I'll make one just absolute YOLO. Like, what if Troy Franklin goes for like 7 receptions tonight, and then we had it locked in when he did. So yeah, again, I go real low. Like for these YOLOs, I'll put like $1 or $2 on a flex, and I'll put like $1 on like a power. So this one, let's talk about it. These 6 on a flex are 170x if you hit all 6, 15x if you hit all 5 or hit 5, and then if you only hit 3 of them, if you only hit 4, it's a 3x. Let's see on the power, because I've got a power on here as well. Power is at 425x. So for every $1, you get $425. So these are just little like fun low dollar slips that I put together, and thought I'd share it with you guys. So here's some extra plays though, if you guys want regular plays. Bo Nix, they like him over that 5 rush attempts. That helps our rushing demon if he does. 54.87% odds hit the over minus 142. J.K. Dobbins, they like him for a rushing touchdown. 53.88% odds to hit the over. Some of these you'll see I went over in the other video as well. I wonder if we should even look at Jake Browning. Does he have a rushing demon? That might be interesting, because it's only at 2.5. So what if he's running all night from the pressure? Maybe might be something you guys want to look at. They like him over 2.5, 53% odds to hit the over. Even if you're taking a regular play and not making it a demon, the nice thing about the rushing plays with quarterbacks is it doesn't penalize you for correlation, so you get the full multiplier. So I like QB rushing props. Let's see. Josh Reynolds. Oh yeah, this is another potential. So he's relatively juiced to go over the 1.5. So if they'll give you like a 2.5 or a 3.5, 3.5's a little much, but there's a lot of juice. Everyone's favoring him to go over the 1.5. So maybe you take a chance on a 2.5. Evan Ingram fantasy score is super low, probably because of the questionable tags that he's been dealing with, but he's playing tonight. So if he comes out and he's back to his normal self, you won't be seeing 5 fantasy score typically. So that's an interesting over. I like that we're getting rush attempt demon options as well now. I might mess around with some of that later tonight in the Discord. But yeah, they like Dobbins over 14.5 rush attempts tonight. And it makes sense, soft defense and potential to be up by a decent amount. So they might just keep running the ball around the clock. Jake Browning, like his fantasy score over. I'm just not interested. I don't, other than like a rushing prop, I'm just not really interested in Browning. That's just me. You guys do what you want. So they're liking this Garrett Wilson 5.5 receptions over. We just need him to do one more than that, we need him to go to 7. But they like the 5.5. They like him to get at least 6. 51.95% odds to hit the over. Samaje Perine, they like him over 5.5 for his longest rush. And now we're getting into some of these plays that are not just tonight's games. Yeah, I'll let you guys keep looking at this. I'm not going to break any more of them down, though. I mean, Tua, they like him to get at least one interception tonight, but it's going to be fun, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like the video. Drop me a comment if you have questions about plays. I'll try to get back to you in the comment section. I'll use my tools and whatnot. And if you guys don't mind, hype the video. It helps me just get in front of a larger audience, and yeah, it keeps me going. So that'll do it. Have fun tonight, guys, and don't forget, I got some regular plays over on the Backdoor Fantasy Sports channel as well. So I will catch you guys in the next one.